Welcome to Stoic Reflections, where timeless wisdom meets modern strength. Have you ever noticed how some men effortlessly captivate women without lifting a finger, while others try hard and still fade away? It's not about looks or charm. It's about something deeper, something hidden in the mind. In this video, we'll unlock 7 Stoic secrets to captivate women without touch, using the power of presence, words, and silence. Curious how to leave her thinking about you long after you're gone? Let's dive in and master this art together. Have you ever noticed how some men effortlessly command attention and leave a lasting impression on women, while others, despite their best efforts, seem to fade into the background? It's a question that plagues many, leading them to believe that physical attractiveness, wealth, or smooth-talking skills are the keys to unlocking female desire. However, the truth lies far deeper, in a realm often overlooked by those seeking romantic success: the power of the mind. This comprehensive guide, inspired by Stoic principles, will unveil the secrets of building deep, magnetic attraction without relying on physical touch. It's about mastering the art of non-physical connection, influencing a woman's thoughts and emotions, and creating a presence that lingers long after you've left the room. This approach transcends surface-level tactics and delves into the realm of genuine connection, self-mastery, and the subtle yet powerful forces that drive human attraction. The key lies in understanding that true attraction starts in the mind, not the body. It's about creating an emotional and psychological connection that resonates with a woman on a deeper level. This involves mastering a range of subtle skills, from the art of non-physical presence and mindful listening to the power of suggestive language and strategic silence. It's about becoming a man who is confident, self-assured, and genuinely interested in connecting with women on a meaningful level. This isn't about manipulation or playing games. It's about self-improvement and cultivating qualities that naturally attract others. By embracing the Stoic principles of self-control, emotional intelligence, and inner strength, you can unlock a level of attraction that transcends physical appearance and material possessions. This journey into the art of non-physical attraction will equip you with the knowledge and tools to become a man who effortlessly captivates women, not through fleeting physical gestures, but through the enduring power of your presence and character. The following sections will explore 7 key strategies for building deep attraction without touch, each rooted in the principles of Stoicism and designed to cultivate a captivating presence that resonates with women on a profound level. Sign number 1. The power of non-physical attraction, building connection beyond touch. Most men believe that attraction is all about physical touch. But here's the reality. Physical gestures might grab her attention for a moment, but they rarely leave a lasting impact. This statement challenges the conventional wisdom that physical touch is the primary driver of attraction, highlighting the importance of building a deeper connection on an emotional and psychological level. The lasting kind of attraction is built on the mind. Humans are wired to connect on an emotional and psychological level before anything physical comes into play. The way you look at her, the words you choose, and the energy you project can create an irresistible pull. When you get this right, she'll feel something magnetic drawing her towards you, and she won't even fully understand why. The transcript uses the analogy of classic movie scenes where 2 characters are exchanging glances from across a room, creating undeniable tension without any physical contact. This demonstrates the real phenomenon of mastering non-physical attraction. Relying on physical touch is like writing with invisible ink. The moment you stop, the impression fades. When you master the subtle art of non-physical attraction, it's like engraving your presence in her mind. She'll replay your words, your energy, and your vibe long after you've left the room. Imagine you're having a conversation with her. Instead of rushing to fill every silence or trying to impress her with grand gestures, you let the moment breathe. You hold her gaze just a second longer than usual, let a small smile linger, and speak with a calm, deliberate tone. You've created a sense of curiosity, a question in her mind. Contrast this with guys who lean too much, laugh too loudly, or overdo their compliments. This kind of approach screams desperation, and desperation is the fastest way to kill attraction. The secret to non-physical attraction lies in understanding that less is more. It's about creating a dynamic where she's drawn to you, not because of what you're doing, but because of the space you're leaving for connection to grow. When you focus on mastering this subtle energy, you're not just another guy trying to impress her. You're the man she can't stop thinking about. Beyond the superficial, cultivating inner strength and Stoic principles. Building non-physical attraction is not about manipulating or playing games. It's about cultivating inner strength and embodying Stoic principles. It's about developing a sense of self-worth, self-control, and emotional intelligence that radiates from within. This inner strength naturally attracts others, creating a magnetic pull that transcends physical appearance. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, emotions, and actions, and accepting what we cannot control, external events and the opinions of others. By embracing this philosophy, you can develop a sense of inner peace and resilience that is highly attractive to women. Mastering nonverbal communication. The art of presence. Nonverbal communication plays a crucial role in non-physical attraction. Mastering the art of presence involves cultivating a sense of calm, confidence, and self-assuredness that is communicated through your body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice. Pay attention to your posture. Stand tall with your shoulders back and your chest open, projecting an air of confidence and self-esteem. Make eye contact, holding her gaze just a moment longer than usual, signaling your interest and attentiveness. Speak with a calm, deliberate tone, avoiding nervous fidgeting or excessive hand gestures. By mastering these nonverbal cues, you can create a powerful presence that captivates women and draws them towards you. The power of authenticity, being true to yourself. Authenticity is another key ingredient in non-physical attraction. Women are naturally drawn to men who are genuine, honest, and true to themselves. Trying to be someone you're not will ultimately backfire, as it's difficult to maintain a facade over the long term. Embrace your unique qualities, quirks, and passions. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable and share your thoughts and feelings with her. Authenticity creates a sense of trust and connection, allowing her to see the real you and appreciate you for who you are. Building a meaningful life. Passion and purpose. Women are attracted to men who have a passion and purpose in life. Having goals, hobbies, and interests outside of your relationship demonstrates that you are a well-rounded individual with a fulfilling life. Pursue your passions with enthusiasm and dedication. Don't be afraid to try new things and challenge yourself. Building a meaningful life not only makes you more attractive to women, but also enhances your overall well-being and self-esteem. Sign number 2. How to make her feel seen. Understanding her inner world. Here's where most men fail. They think impressing a woman means being loud, flashy, or showering her with endless compliments. But the truth is, none of that makes her feel truly connected to you. This statement highlights the importance of going beyond superficial attempts at impressing women, and instead focusing on making them feel genuinely seen and understood. When you show her without words that you see her for who she really is, not just the surface-level details. It creates a connection she won't forget, and it's not hard to do. The next time she mentions something small, like her favorite book, a quirky habit, or even a random story about her day, make a mental note. Later, casually bring it up in conversation. For instance, if she mentions her favorite author, ask her opinion about one of their books a week later. Or if she talks about her favorite dessert, surprise her by suggesting a cafe that serves it. These small gestures show her that you're paying attention, and, believe me, they stick. It's also about how you listen. Most people listen to respond, not to understand. When she talks, stop thinking about what you're going to say next. Focus entirely on her words, her tone, and what she's trying to express. Give her the kind of attention that makes her feel safe, like she's being truly heard. For example, if she shares a story about a stressful day at work, resist the urge to jump in with advice or solutions. Instead, say something like, "That sounds really frustrating. How did you handle it?" By doing this, you're not just listening, you're showing empathy, and that makes all the difference. When you make her feel seen, something powerful happens. She starts to feel comfortable around you in a way that's rare. She'll think, "This guy doesn't just see me as another face in the crowd. He actually values who I am." And that feeling is addictive. She'll begin to crave your presence because you make her feel understood and appreciated in a way most men never could. Empathy and emotional intelligence. Understanding her perspective. Making her feel seen requires empathy and emotional intelligence, the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. This involves actively listening to her words, paying attention to her body language, and considering her perspective. Put yourself in her shoes and try to understand her experiences and challenges. Ask open-ended questions that encourage her to share her thoughts and feelings. Validate her emotions and show that you understand and appreciate her point of view. Active listening, focusing on her words and emotions. Active listening is a crucial skill in making her feel seen. This involves paying close attention to her words, both verbal and nonverbal, and responding in a way that shows you understand and appreciate what she's saying. Avoid interrupting her or changing the subject. Focus on her words and emotions, and ask clarifying questions to ensure that you understand her perspective. Summarize her points to show that you're actively listening and engaged in the conversation. Remembering details, showing that you care. Remembering small details about her life, her interests, and her experiences shows that you care and that you're paying attention. This can be anything from her favorite coffee order to her childhood pet. Make a mental note of these details and bring them up in future conversations. This small gesture demonstrates that you value her and that you're genuinely interested in her life. The power of validation, acknowledging her feelings. Validating her feelings involves acknowledging and accepting her emotions, even if you don't necessarily agree with them. This shows that you respect her perspective and that you're there to support her. Avoid dismissing her feelings or telling her to calm down. Instead, acknowledge her emotions and let her know that you understand and appreciate what she's going through. The importance of presence, being fully engaged. Being fully present when you're with her is essential to making her feel seen. This means putting away your phone, avoiding distractions, and focusing all your attention on her. Give her your undivided attention and show that you're genuinely interested in what she has to say. This creates a sense of connection and intimacy that makes her feel valued and appreciated. Sign number 3, the art of subtle challenge, sparking curiosity and intrigue. Women are naturally drawn to a man who presents a challenge, not someone who plays games or acts uninterested, but someone who knows his worth and doesn't fall head over heels the moment she smiles at him. This statement emphasizes the importance of presenting a subtle challenge to spark curiosity and intrigue, avoiding the extremes of being overly eager or completely aloof. When you create a subtle challenge, you spark curiosity and intrigue. She starts thinking about you more, wondering what you're up to, and even questioning how much she truly means to you. This dynamic flips the script, putting you in control of the interaction without being manipulative. Imagine you've been texting a woman and she suggests meeting up last minute. Most guys would jump at the chance, canceling their plans to accommodate her. But a man who understands his value would respond differently. You could say, "I'd love to, but I already have plans tonight. Let's plan for another day." What does this do? It shows her that you have a life of your own and that you're not dropping everything just because she snapped her fingers. This doesn't make you seem uninterested. It makes you seem self-respecting and confident. She'll start to see you as someone with standards, a man whose time is valuable. Playing hard to get isn't about being cold or aloof. It's about balancing your interest in her with your standards for yourself. Show her that you enjoy her company, that you're genuinely interested, but also make it clear that you don't hand over your time and attention to just anyone. Let's say she asks for a favor that you're not comfortable with, like helping her move furniture on short notice. Instead of saying yes out of obligation, respond with, "I'd really like to help, but I've already got something planned. Let's figure out another time." This communicates that you're not a pushover, and trust me, that speaks volumes. When you present a challenge, you activate something called reciprocal interest. This means she starts valuing your attention more because it's not easily given. She begins to see that being in your life is something special, something she needs to earn. The beauty of this approach is that it's not about playing games or being manipulative. It's about showing her that you're a man who values himself, and that's incredibly attractive. Balancing interest and independence, showcasing self-respect. The key to presenting a subtle challenge is to balance your interest in her with your own independence and self-respect. Show her that you enjoy her company and that you're genuinely interested in getting to know her, but also make it clear that you have your own life and priorities. Avoid being overly eager or always available. Don't drop everything to accommodate her every whim. Instead, maintain your own schedule and boundaries, and let her know that you value your time and independence. Setting boundaries. Demonstrating self-worth. Setting boundaries is a crucial aspect of presenting a subtle challenge. It demonstrates that you value yourself and that you're not afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to decline her requests or suggestions if they don't align with your values or priorities. Politely but firmly explain your reasons for declining and offer an alternative solution if possible. Maintaining a rich and fulfilling life. Passion and purpose. Having a rich and fulfilling life outside of your relationship is essential for presenting a subtle challenge. Women are naturally drawn to men who have passions, hobbies, and goals that they are actively pursuing. Focus on building a life that is meaningful and fulfilling to you, regardless of whether you are in a relationship or not. This will not only make you more attractive to women, but also enhance your overall well-being and self-esteem. The importance of confidence, knowing your worth. Confidence is the foundation of presenting a subtle challenge. It's about knowing your worth and believing in yourself, regardless of what others may think. Work on building your self-esteem and self-confidence. Identify your strengths and weaknesses, and focus on improving yourself in areas that you feel are lacking. Avoiding neediness. Demonstrating self-sufficiency. Neediness is a major turnoff for women. It communicates that you are insecure and that you rely on her for your happiness and self-worth. Avoid being clingy or possessive. Don't constantly seek her approval or validation. Instead, demonstrate that you are self-sufficient and that you are capable of taking care of yourself. Sign number 4, mastering the power of tone and language. Speaking with intention. How you say something is often more important than what you say. This statement emphasizes the importance of tone of voice and choice of words in creating attraction, highlighting the subtle cues that communicate confidence, strength, and intrigue. A man who speaks with confidence, calmness, and control instantly stands out. Women subconsciously pick up on these subtle cues, and when done right, your tone can communicate strength, stability, and intrigue, all without you needing to be overtly flashy or loud. A calm, steady, slightly lower voice projects a sense of confidence and composure. Imagine a man who speaks deliberately, taking his time with each word. His tone is deep, measured, and full of intention. That's the kind of presence that commands attention. Compare that to the guy who talks too fast, stumbles over his words, or fills every pause with nervous chatter. His energy screams insecurity. The lesson here is simple. Slow down, take your time, and let your words carry weight. Instead of rushing to say, "I really like spending time with you," try this. Pause for a moment, meet her eyes, and say, "You know, I really enjoy spending time with you." The slight pause before "really" adds depth and intentionality to your words. It creates anticipation and makes her lean in, wondering what you're going to say next. This brings us to the power of suggestive language. It's not about being overly flirtatious or inappropriate. It's about choosing words that hint at depth and mystery. For instance, instead of saying, "You're interesting," you could say, "There's something about you I can't quite figure out." That subtle shift changes the dynamic entirely. Now she's wondering, what does he see in me? What makes him curious? You've created a moment of intrigue, and intrigue is unforgettable. Another way to use suggestive language is by steering the conversation away from surface-level topics. Instead of talking about the weather or what she did over the weekend, dive deeper. Ask her something like, "I get the feeling you've had experiences most people wouldn't believe. Care to share one?" By framing the conversation this way, you're inviting her to open up, to share something meaningful. This creates a connection that goes beyond small talk. It's the kind of conversation that leaves her thinking about you long after it's over. Remember the golden rule: less is more. You don't need to overload the conversation with constant hints or attempts to impress. Let your tone be smooth and steady. Let your pauses create space for her to lean in. The quieter your confidence, the louder your presence becomes. When you master this, something incredible happens. She starts feeling drawn to you, not because you're saying the perfect things, but because you're creating a feeling she can't ignore. Mastering vocal delivery, confidence, and intonation. Your vocal delivery plays a crucial role in conveying confidence and attracting women. Practice speaking with a calm, steady tone, avoiding nervous fidgeting or excessive hand gestures. Pay attention to your intonation, varying your pitch and volume to add emphasis and emotion to your words. Avoid speaking in a monotone voice, which can be perceived as boring and uninspired. Strategic pauses, building tension and anticipation. Strategic pauses can be a powerful tool for building tension and anticipation in a conversation. Use pauses to create a sense of intrigue and to give her time to process what you've said. Avoid filling every silence with unnecessary chatter. Instead, embrace the power of silence and let her curiosity build. Suggestive language, creating intrigue and mystery. Suggestive language can be used to create intrigue and mystery, hinting at deeper layers of your personality and experiences. Avoid being overly explicit or revealing everything about yourself up front. Instead, use subtle hints and suggestive language to spark her curiosity and make her want to learn more about you. Mindful word choice, conveying depth and meaning. Choose your words carefully, paying attention to the connotations and implications of each word. Use language that is evocative and thought-provoking, inviting her to think about things in a new way. Avoid using cliches or superficial language. Instead, strive to communicate with authenticity and depth, conveying your unique perspective and values. Avoiding negativity, focusing on positivity and optimism. Negativity is a major turnoff for women. Avoid complaining or dwelling on negative experiences. Instead, focus on positivity and optimism, showcasing your ability to see the good in every situation. Share your hopes, dreams, and aspirations with her, inspiring her to believe in the possibilities of the future. Sign number 5. The eyes have it. Powerful eye contact. Connecting on a soul level. Let's talk about one of the most underrated but incredibly powerful tools in attraction: eye contact. This statement emphasizes the importance of eye contact in creating a deep connection, highlighting the vulnerability and intimacy that it conveys. The way you look at her, how deeply, how confidently, can say 1,000 words without you uttering a single one. Most people aren't used to someone truly looking at them. Eye contact is vulnerable, and that's exactly why it's so effective. It shows her that you're fully present, that you're confident enough to hold her gaze without hesitation. It's rare, and anything rare immediately stands out. It's not about staring her down or trying to dominate the moment. It's about holding her gaze just a second longer than usual, letting her feel the weight of your attention. When done subtly, it sends a silent message. I see you, and I'm not afraid to show it. Imagine you're having a conversation with her. Most guys will break eye contact too soon, looking down or away out of nervousness. But when you hold her gaze as she speaks, it shows her that you're not just listening to her words. You're tuned into her, fully present in the moment. If she's telling you a story about her day, resist the urge to look away or glance at your phone. Keep your eyes on hers. Nod slightly, and maybe even offer a small smile. This subtle act of presence makes her feel like she's the only person in the room, and that feeling is magnetic. Let her break the gaze first. When she looks away, it's often a sign that she's feeling the intensity of your attention in a good way. And when she glances back to check if you're still looking, that's your cue that you've got her intrigued. Don't mistake this for an invitation to be overly intense. The goal isn't to intimidate, it's to make her feel comfortable, yet captivated. This is where the concept of a soft gaze comes in. Instead of staring, keep your expression relaxed and warm. A slight smile can go a long way in making her feel at ease. Eye contact is especially powerful during moments of silence. If the conversation pauses and you hold her gaze just a second longer, it creates tension, the good kind. It's a silent message that says, I'm here, I see you, and I'm interested. By maintaining steady, confident eye contact, you signal that you're comfortable with yourself, and that's incredibly attractive. When you pair this with everything we've covered so far, your tone, your words, and your presence, you become unforgettable. She'll find herself replaying those moments in her mind, wondering what it is about you that feels so different. The art of gazing, intensity and duration. Mastering the art of gazing involves finding the right balance between intensity and duration. Staring for too long can be perceived as intimidating or creepy, while avoiding eye contact altogether can signal insecurity or disinterest. Practice holding her gaze for a few seconds longer than usual, allowing her to feel the weight of your attention. Pay attention to her body language, and adjust your gaze accordingly. If she seems uncomfortable, break eye contact and look away briefly. The soft gaze, warmth and approachability. The soft gaze is a relaxed and warm expression that invites connection and intimacy. Instead of staring intently, soften your gaze and allow a slight smile to play on your lips. This conveys a sense of warmth and approachability, making her feel comfortable and at ease in your presence. Breaking the gaze, building tension and desire. Breaking eye contact can be a powerful tool for building tension and desire. When she looks away, it often signals that she's feeling the intensity of your gaze. Allow her to break eye contact first, and then glance back at her to gauge her reaction. If she meets your gaze again, it's a sign that she's intrigued and wants to continue the connection. Eye contact. During silence. Creating intimacy. Eye contact is especially powerful during moments of silence. Holding her gaze during a pause in the conversation can create a sense of intimacy and connection, allowing her to feel seen and understood. Avoid filling every silence with unnecessary chatter. Instead, embrace the power of silence and use eye contact to communicate your interest and attentiveness. Cultural considerations. Respecting boundaries. It's important to be aware of cultural differences in eye contact norms. In some cultures, prolonged eye contact is considered disrespectful or aggressive. Be mindful of cultural boundaries and adjust your eye contact accordingly. If you're unsure about the appropriate level of eye contact, err on the side of caution and avoid staring. Sign number 6. Building mystery. The power of being just out of reach, leaving her wanting more. If there's one thing that keeps a woman thinking about you, it's mystery. Not the kind of mystery that feels distant or cold, but the kind that makes her curious, wondering what's going on in your mind and what your next move will be. This statement emphasizes the importance of building a sense of intrigue and leaving her wanting more, avoiding the mistake of revealing everything too soon. When you build a sense of mystery, she'll find herself drawn to you, wanting to know more, and thinking about you long after you've parted ways. Start by resisting the urge to overshare. When she asks about your weekend, instead of launching into a detailed play-by-play, give her just enough to spark her curiosity. For example, you could say, "I had an interesting weekend. I'll tell you about it sometime." That simple line leaves her wondering what happened and why you aren't telling her now. This isn't about playing games or withholding important information. It's about pacing the flow of your connection. Maintaining a rich, independent life is another way to build mystery. Women are naturally drawn to men who have passions, hobbies, and goals outside of their interactions. If your entire world revolves around her, she'll sense it and the intrigue will fade. But when you're a man with a life that's already fulfilling, she'll want to be part of that world. Don't feel the need to explain every detail when you're working on a personal project or pursuing a new hobby. Instead, let her discover these parts of you over time. If you've just had a great talk, don't drag it out endlessly. Wrap it up. Leave conversations on a high note with some like, "I've really enjoyed this, but I've got to run. Let's pick this up another time." By ending the interaction on a positive note, you leave her wanting more, and that's exactly where you want to be. Building mystery isn't about being elusive or hard to reach. It's about creating a dynamic where she feels like there's always more to learn about you. When you strike this balance, she'll find herself drawn to you in ways she can't fully explain. Revealing yourself in layers. Pacing the flow of information. The key to building mystery is to reveal yourself in layers, gradually unveiling your personality, experiences, and interests over time. This creates a sense of anticipation and keeps her engaged in the process of getting to know you. Avoid sharing everything about yourself up front. Instead, selectively share details that spark her curiosity and make her want to learn more. Strategic withholding, creating intrigue and anticipation. Strategic withholding involves holding back certain details or information to create intrigue and anticipation. This can be anything from your weekend plans to your career aspirations. Avoid being overly secretive or evasive, but don't feel the need to explain every detail. Instead, offer just enough information to pique her interest and make her want to know more. Maintaining an independent life, demonstrating self-sufficiency. Maintaining an independent life is essential for building mystery. Women are naturally drawn to men who have passions, hobbies, and goals that they are actively pursuing outside of the relationship. Focus on building a life that is meaningful and fulfilling to you, regardless of whether you are in a relationship or not. This will not only make you more attractive to women, but also enhance your overall well-being and self-esteem. Leaving conversations on a high note, creating longing. Leaving conversations on a high note can be a powerful tool for building mystery. End the interaction while she's still feeling excited and engaged, leaving her wanting more. Avoid dragging out conversations or lingering unnecessarily. Instead, wrap things up while the energy is still positive and leave her with a sense of longing for your next encounter. Embracing the unknown. Cultivating intrigue. Embracing the unknown is essential for building mystery. Don't be afraid to be unpredictable or to surprise her with unexpected behavior. Avoid being too predictable or routine. Instead, cultivate a sense of spontaneity and adventure, making her wonder what you'll do next. Sign number 7, mastering the art of silence, letting the moment speak. Here's a secret weapon that most men overlook: the power of silence. This statement emphasizes the importance of silence in creating attraction, highlighting the confidence, thoughtfulness, and anticipation that it can convey. A well-timed pause or a moment of calm speaks volumes, and it shows a level of confidence that words often can't. Most men feel the need to fill every moment of silence. They rush to keep the conversation going, afraid that a pause might feel awkward. But the man who understands the art of silence knows this. It's in those quiet moments that the real connection happens. Imagine you're having a conversation with her, and there's a brief pause. Instead of scrambling to say something, you let the silence linger for just a moment. You look at her, offer a slight smile, and let her feel the weight of the moment. That calm, unhurried energy tells her something important. It tells her you're comfortable with yourself, and that you're not afraid of letting the conversation breathe. Silence is powerful because it creates space for anticipation. She'll start wondering what you're going to say next, leaning in, waiting for your next move. And in that anticipation, you're building tension, the good kind. When she asks a question, don't rush to answer. Take a moment to think before you speak. This not only gives your words more impact, but also shows her that you're thoughtful and deliberate. Silence is also a great tool during moments of vulnerability. If she opens up to you about something personal, don't rush to offer advice or change the subject. Instead, hold the space for her words to settle. Let her know through your presence that you're there to listen and understand. Use silence to create mystery. Most men rely on constant chatter to keep attention, but silence shows restraint. It communicates that you don't feel the need to prove yourself, that you're secure in who you are, and that kind of confidence is magnetic. Creating space, allowing her to react. Silence creates space for her to react, to process what you've said and to formulate her own thoughts and feelings. This allows her to feel heard and understood, creating a deeper connection. Avoid interrupting her or jumping in with your own thoughts before she's had a chance to fully express herself. Instead, give her the space to react and respond, and show that you value her perspective. Thoughtful pauses. Adding weight to your words. Thoughtful pauses can add weight and significance to your words, making them more impactful and memorable. Take a moment to consider your response before speaking, showing that you're giving her question or comment serious thought. Avoid blurting out the first thing that comes to mind. Instead, take a deliberate pause to gather your thoughts and choose your words carefully. Nonverbal communication, conveying presence. Silence provides an opportunity to communicate nonverbally, conveying presence, attentiveness, and interest through your body language, facial expressions, and eye contact. Maintain eye contact. Nod slightly to show that you're listening, and offer a warm smile to convey your interest and appreciation. Comfort with silence, demonstrating self-confidence. Being comfortable with silence demonstrates self-confidence and inner peace. It shows that you're not afraid of awkward moments and that you're secure enough to simply be present in the moment. Avoid feeling the need to fill every silence with unnecessary chatter. Instead, embrace the power of silence and show that you're comfortable in your own skin. Strategic silence, building anticipation. Strategic silence can be used to build anticipation and create a sense of intrigue. After making a provocative statement or asking a thought-provoking question, pause and allow her to process your words. This creates a sense of tension and makes her wonder what you'll say next. Use this technique sparingly, but when used effectively, it can be a powerful tool for building attraction. This exploration into the Stoic art of attraction has revealed a powerful framework for captivating women without relying on physical touch. By mastering the principles of non-physical connection, self-control, and emotional intelligence, you can cultivate a captivating presence that resonates on a profound level. The key lies in understanding that true attraction starts in the mind, not the body. It's about creating an emotional and psychological connection that resonates with her on a deeper level. This involves mastering a range of subtle skills, from the art of non-physical presence and mindful listening to the power of suggestive language and strategic silence. It's about becoming a man who is confident, self-assured, and genuinely interested in connecting with women on a meaningful level. But here's the real takeaway. None of this is about manipulation or playing games. It's about becoming a man who truly understands the art of connection. The Stoics believe that power comes from within, from mastering your emotions and actions. And when you apply this philosophy to attraction, you're not just trying to impress her, you're showing her that you're different. When you make her feel seen, challenge her subtly, leave room for mystery, and let your words and silence speak for themselves, you're creating a dynamic that most men can't. You're giving her an experience she can't forget. And that's a position of strength every man should aim for. That's it. 7 Stoic strategies to captivate women without touch. I hope this guide has shown you the power of your mind and presence, inspiring you to build connections that last, rooted in self-mastery and respect. Thanks for joining me on this journey at Stoic Reflections. If you found this valuable, hit like, subscribe, and share it to spread these timeless lessons. Keep growing, stay grounded, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.